No secrets you promised. No lies you assured. Yet you keep it away from me. Why? Do you think I can't handle it? Or that I can't help? Or my help won't change anything? So why not, right? But you promised that we'll share everything. The hurt, the bad days, the worries, and even the tendencies, that we'll talk everything out. Trembly or afraid, you said would share. Heavy or frustrating, that you would always let me in. You would use my help, or at least my comfort. Hello, beautiful people. Oh my God. Welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, The Journey Called Love. It's episode 2 in season 2, and it's a pleasure to have you all again. I hope that you enjoyed episode 1. I hope you got value for your time, and I hope that you have also subscribed to the YouTube channel and you are also following on Instagram and you're listening. Welcome once again. Today's episode is very sensitive, trust me, and also a bit controversial. I would not all actually be giving this is how you must do, 10 step 2. This is not the episode for that. I'm not also going to be giving you an affirmative yes or a no, right? Because this episode is in the form of a question. It's like, is emotional openness possible? Is it really possible to get to that point in your relationship where you are totally open, like you share every single details? Is it possible? Is it even necessary? Because for some people, they think it's not necessary. Like, why would you do that? As long as your relationship can survive without you doing that, why not? But this episode is not the place, or I am not going to be giving us yes, it is very necessary, it's a must. I am only going to be sharing my opinions, as well as the opinions of a lot of other people that I had taken, before recording this. And I am also going to be, we're going to be rubbing minds together, practically. I'm also going to be asking questions, because like I told a friend, I need clarity even on this subject matter. Because if you ask me, I think that this is possible. I really believe that it is necessary that you share everything, especially in marriage. For a relationship, you can decide to keep some things, as you get to know the person, get to know the level of maturity or the level of how much the person can take in, and all of that. It's possible that you decide not to share all. But when you finally decide to get married to that person, I really think that you should not keep anything away, no matter how serious or how insignificant it is. Well, let's get into it, guys. I did a poll and to get people's opinion, around emotional openness in a relationship, especially with guys, because we know, like, it's general knowledge that ladies are a bit more open in relationship than guys are. All you need for a lady to talk to you is just to assure her in a way that she gets. Most times, actually, ladies, we share her issues, not basically, or not really for advice. We share our issues for comfort. Yes, we share it for attention. We just want you to listen to us at that moment and just say a little bit of, oh, sorry, babe, or that's just it. Because for some issues, we really don't need the, so what did you do? Oh, you can do this and this about it. No, we don't. All we actually need is just to get your attention at that moment, and of course a little bit of comfort here and there. So in that poll, it's actually, ladies agreed more that it's okay for guys to be vulnerable, it's okay for them to actually be open, and that it is in fact a strength, especially if the lady is as well. If you're in a relationship that the lady is vulnerable, she sees you as a confidant and all of that, it's just normal that you also see her as that. It's just fair, right? We understand that ladies are more like I said before, open. But since the lady is open, it's just fair that you as a guy, you are also open in that relationship. While most of the guys said that there should be limits, because of course nobody wants a baby as a man, and I definitely agree with these. Like, yes, I know that it's going to be a lot when a guy is always coming with, oh, I have this issue there, I have that issue here. But then again, I have reservations, and as we go forward, you're going to just hear all of them. So aside the poll, I also, specifically asked people to drop their opinion. Somebody said that he has witnessed a situation where the guy who was a cheerful sharer, very funny, started keeping to himself because the woman said he talks too much or that he has too much problem and stuff like that. The guy felt like the outside world wasn't being fair to him, and every time he came to tell his partner, it's always more like he's nagging. I know that can really hurt. Like, that is a lot. But this goes both ways. I'm actually still reading the person's opinion. This goes both ways. To the relationship side, whenever he and his partner has a fight, he prefers to talk about it there and there, and she prefers to wave it off or bottle it in. And then they started getting used to that, because he now finds it very hard to even let anyone in on anything. So you see the after effect it has on this particular guy. He got into a relationship where the lady would rather bottle it in than talk about it, and then he got used to that to the extent that he does not even tell any other person anything. This person is still saying that for him, he thinks that he prefers that one be open in a relationship. It's not being vulnerable when you're in a relationship. That's why it is 1 + 1, which makes you one. And that's why I think that if you're in a relationship, you can still decide that, oh, there's some things that let me not just share, let this woman not see me as weak. But once you're married and the two has become one, my dear, you definitely should share all. You share, and it goes both ways. And yes, this is definitely not just a man thing. It should also be both ways. But then when you notice your partner does not like sharing, you should leave. This person says you should leave if you feel like, oh yeah, and you know that is that way. Is the way we feel as ladies. Okay, let me not say we feel, but personally, I feel that way. If I am sharing and you are not, I feel like, what am I then doing here? I'm not useful to you. All right. So this is this person's opinion. Another person says that he has found that the opposite gender, that's the ladies, they consciously seek safety. So if she sees all your insecurity, she may doubt her security with you. Sometimes work on it, but communicate if it may affect your relationship. I think it's why women are believed to like bad boys. They are mysterious in a way. Anyways, this person's opinion, I totally agree. Yes, it's possible that a lady sees you sharing your insecurity and she thinks that, oh, am I sure I'm safe with this guy? But I feel like there's a balance to that. But you also said that, you should communicate it if it works on you, if it will affect your relationship. Well, that's also something. Let me read another. Well, this person says that as a man, discussing your issue is a way to relieve stress and find courage to face challenges. I agree. I totally agree with that. But there's a but, let's see. But everything should not be discussed. Women love challenges. They love to feel like they got you in time of crisis, so discuss with them, let them get involved. But many other times, the matter is just so complicated that you'd rather put our well-being before your worries and smile normally to cover up. This person is a gentleman. Speaking up all the time may prevent her from discussing her own issue, since you are a cry baby that complains all the time. Okay, well, yeah. So that's this person's 10 cents. It says for him, he feels yes, you should discuss, because women like to be involved. They want to feel like they are involved in your life as well. But then sometimes the matter might actually be really complicated, that you feel like, okay, my baby's sanity and peace of mind is way more important to me than this thing I'm facing. Let me just keep it to myself. That is also an opinion. Well, someone else said that she is your helper for a reason. Some things, when bottled up, can escalate to something you never imagined would happen, and any problem shared is already half solved, because two good heads are better than one. that is another. I feel like there are so many sides to this. Trust me, I got a lot of opinions. In fact, I was feeling okay, because majority of people actually say it's good, it's definitely, you should be open. But majorly guys were like, no, you should be open, yes, but you should not be totally open to your woman. Like, there are some issues that you should rather solve on your own. Some people say so that the woman will not see you as someone that is insecure and thereby not feel secured with you. And some others say because some issues are weighty, like they are weighty, and if you put on the shoulder of a woman, she could crack. So it's better for you to keep it to yourself, and just to ensure that your woman is fine. All right. Do I have any other? Okay, say most women naturally love to talk about everything, even things that men don't feel they need to hear. Naturally, no matter how you encourage men to speak, men are wired to take responsibility, and sometimes it requires having to deal with certain things low key. Well, see, these men are wired to take responsibility. I agree, but then again, I feel like men, well, I don't know. I don't want to sound like I don't want to sound like men should. I don't want to make it look. I don't want you to think that I'm saying that men should not act as men. Definitely, men should take responsibility. But I also somehow subtly feel like we are putting so much pressure on men. I'm of the opinion that yes, they take responsibility on a whole lot, but there is a reason why you're getting married, and why they call your wife, or why your wife is called a helpmate. I feel like aside helping with financial responsibility or whatever around the house, she should also be able to help with emotions. Like somebody said, a problem shared is half solved already. Well, might not be all, but please, I think that it's very important that you let your woman in on at least almost all that is going on with you, because why not? Like, I know you have a lot of reasons why you shouldn't, but think about it again. You chose this woman out of so many other because you think that she's your perfect companion and confidant. Why not? Why won't you share? Why let's see why. All right. Okay, so another person says, I think it's necessary, especially if there are things that can affect or tend to affect the relationship or marriage. Do you understand? Like, because recently he has discovered that there are so many issues in relationship and marriage that leads to fights that could have been avoided if the partners were open to each other. So there are many things and steps we take out of assumption. Oh, he's doing this, it must be this, and I really agree with this person, because when you do not tell me about what's going on with you, and then you start to act up, I begin to 1001 thoughts comes to my mind, and then I would probably end up assuming and taking a decision that shouldn't be, because I really don't understand what's going on with you, and you would not talk about it. Do you understand? So if you talk if you talk too much about your issue to a woman, sooner or later the woman will pick it as a point of weakness. I think that there are just two sides to it, as everybody has been trying to point out. There are really two sides to it, and I see that. I agree. I know that some of you are listening and say, yes, right. I know. I also see it. I see the two sides. All right, I do. But I'm going to just share my own opinion as well. First of all, personally, I would feel more vulnerable with you if you're vulnerable with me. And I think that this goes for like every other person on earth. Sincerely, like, I would only talk about my issues with you if you would talk about. There are friends or friendships that it took a while to start sharing about each other, because we had to first form this. Oh, I know this person to a level. So I feel like you're talking about, this is not even us talking about friendship, we're talking about marriage. If you're married, you should at least know your wife to an extent, and then there should be this level of, in fact, from the relationship, you guys should have been open to each other. Marriage should open you up to a more vulnerable relationship with your spouse, really. So if you're not sharing stuff with me, I definitely would. I might share with you, because I'm actually pretty much an open person, but I definitely will not like share totally with you if I am the only one sharing. If I ever feel like I'm the only one sharing, I definitely will not share everything with you. Another thing is that maybe for a relationship there should be boundaries, like I've said before, but for marriage, I mean, who else should be worried for you if not your wife or your husband, as the case may be? Who else would you rather seek advice from? I know that there are some issues, trust me, there are some issues that if you tell your spouse, it might lead to a fight instead of it. So yes, I understand that might lead to a fight instead of you guys even now getting solution. But that does not mean that you should not still share. It's possible that for some issues you'd only be able to share after maybe you've made a decision, even though that is even risky. I sincerely share regardless. If you ask me, I'd say share regardless. What's the highest that would happen? A fight or a misunderstanding? Well, every misunderstanding can be understood later, and I really think it's better that it's the misunderstanding that's coming from the truth than a fight that is coming from a lie. Well, you could choose choose what you prefer, actually. Another thing I think is that these things will definitely affect your mood. You are keeping something bottled in you. We are humans, we are really transparent people. Okay, I know that people have this ability to bottle things in and still smile like nothing is wrong. I don't know how you guys do that. Well, kudos to you guys. But actually, if your wife would notice, I don't know, but there's just a way that it would still seep through, and she would see through you, especially if she's somebody that knows you. Do you understand? So instead of allowing it to now feel like a conversation where she has to force the information out of you, why not just share? If it doesn't feel like you need me for anything, I definitely would begin to feel like I'm useless. And yes, I know that you've said that maybe we could be open for some matters, and then for some other matters we should not be. But trust me, a wife would notice. She would notice that, oh, for some matters he doesn't talk to me about it, and then you get remarks like, he doesn't talk to me about it. That's I don't know, that's definitely not a good thing. And there's a kind of feeling of, well, he doesn't talk to me about it, so I'm just going to leave that. And then before you know it, I begin to feel, or she begins to feel like, if he does not talk to me about this, who knows the other things that he's doing, or the other decisions that he's making that he's not telling me about. I know, as much as women will feel like, as much as some women will feel like if you share everything, you are being too insecure. A lot more women will feel like if you don't share everything, maybe there are so many more secrets that you have that you're not also sharing. So, sincerely, if you ask me, I'd say share all and face whatever consequences arise, because the two sides have their own consequences, and I really think that the consequence of not sharing all is more. Yeah, trust me, I feel like it's more. So if there are issues that are past and that they will not affect the relationship, you can do as you please. But if there are issues that would affect you or affect the mood, like family issues, whatever issues you think that you have, financial temptations, lies that you've told me in the past, betrayals, feelings for another, this one is strong. I saw a movie, guys, where the husband told his wife that he had feeling for another lady. It's crazy, right? Can you do that? I really should ask, can you do that? But they were able to. It was rough, I won't even lie, it was rough. Like, the wife got mad, she was hurt, of course, who wouldn't be? But they were able to overcome all of that because it was open from the beginning, and because it was open as well, it was difficult for him to actually sleep with the other woman or have extramarital affairs. Sincerely, this openness thing, I feel like, is really necessary, especially in marriage, for the peace and general well-being of your relationship, of your marriage. It is very, very necessary. Is it possible? Yes. It might be the road or the path might be a bit rocky and all of that, but it is definitely possible, especially if you are with one that also sees you as a confidant and a companion. And this all boils down to getting the right person. Yes, I know you say, oh, we're coming here again. Yes, we are here again. Sincerely, your choice or her choice really matters in what becomes of our lives at the end of the day. Our marital choice, I mean. Because if you get someone that has got you as you get the person, I don't know if you understand my English. If you marry someone, or you end up with someone that has your back just as much as you have our back or his back, you would not even have to worry about, oh, let me not tell, oh, let me tell. Because even the ones you think that if I tell her, she might react, she might be hurt, you know that telling her is still the best decision. So I don't know, like I said, this episode is just me expressing what I think is something in our society that we need to talk about. Yes, we need to talk about it. We don't really talk about it, but we need to talk about it. So if somebody asks me, is emotional openness necessary in a relationship? Yes, it is. It is very, very, very essential. In fact, it is very necessary. Because I don't know what you want to be doing in a relationship if you are not open. Is it possible? It is very possible. At the end of the day, there are so many couples that are open to each other, like totally, and they are fine. They would have misunderstanding because of that openness, but they'll go through it together, and they'll be fine. So please, and like I said, I'm not going to say, oh, this is it, you must do it, but just pick your lessons. Like, pick what works best for you. If you think that your partner does not deserve it, if you think your partner is not deserving of you being just totally open and free, then by all means, treat her the way you think, treat her or him the way you think is best. All right. So, because relationship is partnership, you should communicate everything. Stop putting on the strong appearance. Stop putting all the burdens on yourself, especially if it's. I also feel like if their issues are concerned the family, even if they're personal issues, you are married because you shouldn't share. You should not. You're married because you should share your burdens. What's the point of getting married? What's the point? Because at the end of the day, it's added expenses and all. There's at least there's an advantage, and that advantage is the fact that you have a confidant. You have somebody that you can share, not put all pressure on, but you can share with. Yes, please use this marriage. What's the word now? Use this gift well. Use it well. If you're in a relationship, start building that ability. I know that naturally men don't have the ability to share stuff, but you're in a relationship to build that, so that when you get married, it's not difficult for you to do it. Because if you keep carrying all the burdens on your own, there will come a time, you're going to marry for so long, like a very long time. There will come a time when you can no longer deal. And I think that's also why some men just opt and run, because they have gotten to that point where their experiences that we've heard of, that the woman does not even know that the man has lost his job at some point. The woman does not even know that the man is struggling with a particular thing, and then she's just there putting pressure here and there. Please, I think at the end of the day, please, is emotional openness is just it. It is it, so that we'll have sane, peaceful relationships and marriages. Thank you for coming to my pep talk. Thank you for listening to this episode, guys. I don't know. I'm sure that you also still have your own opinions. Maybe you have experiences around it, or you have more personal stories or scenarios that you can just give. Please do well to share in the comment section of whatever. In whatever platform you're listening to. Listen on YouTube, subscribe, like, share, comments, and what else do they say? Also follow us on Instagram at the journey called love_podcast. Thank you so much. Till I come your way again in the next episode. It was really fun recording this and gathering all of these opinions. Trust me, I learned a lot from you guys. Thank you, and I hope that you would also learn as much from this podcast. Thank you so much, and stay loved, please. Stay beautiful, and top priority, stay happy. Bye, guys.